on Shenandoah, Michael McDowell.
I welcome the Minister here today. I also welcome the motion put down in the name of Senator Fiona O'Loughlin, and I agree with everything that is stated in that motion. Just going back to the 7th of October 2023, in the immediate aftermath of that, I spoke in this House about what was likely to happen as a result. And I pointed out, more or less with uncanny accuracy, what the result would be if Benjamin Netanyahu unleashed military force on Gaza. 70,000 people have been killed in Gaza since, and nothing of the horrific attack perpetrated by Hamas on innocent people on the 7th of October 2023 justifies the ferocity of what has been done. The demolition of civilian infrastructure, the reduction of Gaza to a heap of rubble, the bombing of hospitals, the bombing of ambulances, the random execution of people by snipers who are in food queues, all of this has, unfortunately, and the torture of persons detained, including sexual torture in Israel by the Israeli Defense Forces. All of these things are undeniable. And, we talk about international law, but as somebody who has always believed in the right of Israel to exist within its internationally recognized borders, the situation has now been arrived at, I have to say, that Israel and the Israeli government have whipped up across the world such hostility and revulsion at what they are doing that they have done more damage to the idea of a Jewish state and to the reputation of that state than any of their rabid critics could ever have imagined. Decent people right across the world see what is happening. And it's about time that we together at a European Union level do something rather than simply condemn or make speeches about what has happened and what is happening. I mean, if you look at what's happening in southwest Syria, in southern Lebanon, in the Gaza Strip, and in the West Bank, in all of those places, Israel, Zionist Israel, is expanding and grabbing land in breach of every principle of the United Nations Charter. In every possible way, they are, and unfortunately with American support from the Trump administration, disgraceful support, $21 billion in military subsidies have been given to them since the 7th of October, which have been spent largely in attacking innocent people. It's all very well to get outraged about a crucifix being defiled or a statue of Our Lady being mocked or whatever. And in those circumstances, the Israeli government immediately promises criminal action against the soldiers involved. But 70,000 people, probably 30,000 children, lie in Gaza dead as a result of that government's activities. And let's remember too that Hamas was held out by the right-wing Israeli people such as Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, those ministers in the Israeli coalition government. Hamas was held out as effectively an agent or a guarantor that there would never be a two-state solution to the Israeli-Arab conflict. It wasn't as if Hamas was something which the right wing in Israel opposed its creation. Quite the reverse. They welcomed it because it damaged moderate Palestinian control over the Palestinian areas in Israel. So I just want to say this, Europe, and in particular Britain and Germany, and to some extent France, they don't have to listen to Ireland alone, because Spain is a reasonable country. They should listen to the voices of ordinary people right across Europe. And they should most certainly take this opportunity now to suspend the agreement mentioned in the motion, to get across to Israel that there are costs involved in cruelty to defenceless people, that there are penalties to be paid for violating international law, and that the judgment of history, which will be condign and merciless in the last analysis for what Israel has done and is doing, isn't to be delayed to some future date, but calls for implementation now, and therefore I support this motion.